beauties, welcome back to my channel. So today what we're going to be doing, as you guys probably can see from the title, is a tutorial on this really nice smoky vampy eye look. I actually wore this in one of my previous videos and a lot of you guys were interested in a tutorial, and in that video I did use the Kathleen Lights and Morphe eyeshadow palette that came out a while back. But in this video we are going to be using the MILANI newly released Most Love the Mattes palette. I absolutely love the quality of these shadows and I feel like I can create a really similar look to what I did with the other palette. And so hopefully it is going to be better for you guys just because this one is still available and it's really good quality. I actually really enjoy this palette overall. I do use it on a daily and I feel like it's very versatile. I can use different shadows and create many different looks with it. But today we did decide to go a little bit more smoky, and so hopefully you guys enjoy and let's just go ahead and jump into it. Alright my beauties, so let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial. I have most of my makeup on already. I am actually super excited to do a tutorial with this eyeshadow palette because I've been using it like crazy. I absolutely love it. And so let's go ahead and start with the MILANI eyeshadow primer. It's so nice. It's really similar to the Urban Decay Potion primer. So I'm just going to take a tiny little bit. I'm going to put this all over my eyelids. And a little bit goes a really long way, so don't overdo it. Just a little bit is plenty. And once we have the actual eyeshadow primer, and I will be looking down because my mirror is located like right here, right underneath the camera, so I'm going to be using a mirror to kind of place my shadows. I am going to go ahead and use 5 different brushes, just so we have a different brush for a different color and a different, shade that we're going to be using. Most of these are Real Techniques because these are some of my favorite like blending brushes for the eyes. And so let's go ahead and jump into it because I'm super excited to kind of create this look. So I'm going to take a bigger fluffy brush and I'm going to go into the shade right here, which is like the lightest mauve shade. I'm just going to take this and I'm going to use this as a setting shade. So I'm going to pretty much just set my whole crease and anywhere I actually applied the primer. And that's going to give us a nice kind of set base for the darker next shadows. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. Okay, now that we set the primer, I'm going to actually just move up the row and kind of go darker and darker and darker and keep building up the darker crease. And so let's go ahead and get into this second shade that's a little bit mauve-y. And I'm just going to take another Real Techniques super fluffy brush and I'm going to just kind of start blending in the crease, but a little bit higher than what your like natural crease, where your natural crease is. And there's going to be like a ton of blending in this video, so just hopefully be patient with me. And so that's pretty much it. And these shadows and this formula is so amazing and buttery and creamy. It doesn't even take a long time to blend the shades. And overall, I've been just absolutely loving this palette. I've been using it to get ready for work. This one and the ColourPop Give It To Me Straight are some of my favorite 2 palettes at the moment that I am using on a daily basis. So I definitely do recommend this palette because the quality is for sure there. Now for the next step, because we do have the crease really nicely blended out, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back to the eyeshadow primer that we used in the very beginning, and I'm going to take a cleaner kind of fluffier brush and I'm just going to go into the primer and just gently and just a little bit slightly kind of tap on the primer really close to the lash line to give a little bit more tackiness for the darker shades so they can be like super vivid and super dark and smoky. So I'm just gonna kind of blend this into the lid. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is take a little bit of a more tapered brush that's a little bit more kind of narrowed, and I'm gonna go into this third mauve shade that's almost like a lavender purple, and I'm gonna take this shade and I'm gonna just build the crease, but this time I'm gonna go a little bit lower than the previous shade that we placed, and I'm just gonna kind of try to build on the darkness, but not all the way to the lash line because we're gonna leave that space right here for the actual darkest color. But anyways, how are you guys doing? Are you guys excited for the spring? Have you guys had anything exciting happen in your life recently? Do let me know in the comments down below, because I love to read your guys' comments. And I have been just working a lot. Actually, nothing too exciting. I'm still helping my mom with her house renovations, which is a pain in the butt always, because there's always so many things to do, and there's always like endless projects. Even though you think you're done, you're actually never done, because there's always something new that comes up. But besides that, you know, I have been trying to focus a little bit more on my health. I've been trying to go to the gym a little bit more often, but that hasn't really been happening lately. But spring break is almost here. Are you guys excited for it? Do you guys have any plans? Let me know in the comments down below. Are you guys going anywhere? Because I'm probably not going anywhere this spring break, but I am planning a few trips over the summer, so that's going to be super exciting for me. Okay, now that we have the darker shade in the crease, I'm going to go back to the fluffier brush that we used for the lighter shade, and I'm just going to kind of go back and blend a little bit more. And so we're just going to keep blending until everything is just perfectly flawless. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side, just so there isn't like a, you know, harsh line between the shadows. Okay, now I'm going to go into the last shade in that row with a little bit more of a dense brush, and I'm just going to pack it in the brush. And now, instead of actually like blending, I'm going to try to pack on the shadow the closest to the lash line. Like super close to the lash line. We're just going to pack this color on. And then slightly blend it towards the purple that we just applied. And then I'm going to go back to the lighter brush, not the lightest one, but the one we applied the purple with, and kind of just blend it in and out a little bit. And you can also, as the darkest shade from this palette, you can also substitute it with black, because that's actually what I wore in my other video, but it's the same kind of principle of applying the shadow. So you can definitely go a little bit darker and use like a pitch black, but today, since it is like daytime, I really kind of wanted to stick with dark, but not like too crazy dark. Okay, and I'm not sure if you guys can see, but with the darkest shade, I do have a little bit of fallout right here. So I'm just going to take a brush and kind of wipe it away. They don't really like stain or mess up your makeup too much, but I did powder underneath my eyes prior. So you might want to just keep that in mind. Alright, so this is what we have so far. I feel like it's pretty nicely blended. I feel like I did plenty of blending for today. And so now I'm going to go into like a brush that's a little bit tapered and like a liner brush. But this one is a little bit wider than just like a regular liner brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the darkest shade right here. And I'm just going to apply this to the bottom lash line, kind of as like liner, because I'm not going to do much of like a black liner today. So I'm going to just take this little brush and I'm going to go like right underneath my bottom lash line, and then we're going to go ahead and smoke it out and blend it in. So just apply it as close to the lashes as possible. And then after that, with a similar tapered brush that isn't angled, I'm going to go into the purple shade right here, and I'm just going to try to like smoke it out a little bit to make it a little bit more kind of seamless. And so I'm just going to blend, 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 blend. And then for the lower lash line, you can also use like a little pencil brush, but I do like these more tapered brushes just because I feel like I get like a little bit more of a precise tight lining. Alright, my beauties, so that is it for blending. I feel like we got it pretty nicely, seamlessly blended, and it looks really nice and kind of flawless. And if you're going out like for a nighttime look, I would definitely add like a liner on top and bottom, or even in the waterline. Like, I really love the Makeup Forever XL Aqua liners. These are absolutely amazing. I love the colored ones. I really like this pitch black one. And for the top, I would use the Kat Von D and even wing it out. But since it is like a daytime look, I mean, it's not a daytime look, but since it is daytime outside right now, I'm just going to throw on one of my favorite mascaras, which is the Benefit They're Real, and then I'll be right back. Alright, my beauties, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me. I actually really love this mascara. It gives me so much length and it makes my lashes super long and kind of more natural looking, but with like the twist of them being super long and lengthy. And so I absolutely love that mascara. Every time I apply it, I'm like shocked of how nice my lashes look. But besides that, I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. It's very like smoky, vampy, dark. I love it. And I am actually going to be filming a disappointing products video up next, so definitely stay tuned. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It would mean so much to me. I absolutely adore you guys and your guys' feedback and love. I absolutely like go crazy for it. Oh, and the last thing I'm going to mention before I let you guys go is what has been on my lips this whole time, and it's the Dose of Colors lipstick in the shade Toast. It's a really nice like brown tinted nude that I absolutely love the formula. It's very comfortable. It's more matted than like satin, and it just looks really nice with like a smokier eye because it is more of like a neutral shade. And so that'd be it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I will post another video or two tomorrow. I actually do have a March giveaway, which I will go ahead and link down below as well. And so lots of love from me to you. Stay happy, stay positive, and I'll see you guys soon. Lots of love. Bye. Mwah.